You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry, ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for Infinity Pool. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Infinity Pool is a 2023 horror sci-fi thriller written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg. The film follows a couple who is led by a seductive tour guide who are led off of the safety of resort property when they are on vacation in a violent and mysterious country. When tragedy strikes, they are introduced to an entire new world they never imagined. Film stars Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth. First of all, is this American Psycho shirt not just like perfect for such a film like Infinity Pool? I mean, look at the back of it. Come on. The words utterly insane and then eat it. Got like the perfect vibe for Infinity Pool. Crazy, horror tinge, blood, but make it sexy. That's a lot of why I was really excited for this film heading in. The trailers had me so intrigued, and Brandon Cronenberg instantly had me hooked because I absolutely adored Possessor. Add horror queen herself, Mia Goth, and a sexy, quite unclothed, and walked on a dog leash Alexander Skarsgård, and I'm in. Full stop, full steam ahead. Let's get to it. Ultimately, I have to say, I'm very, very mixed when it comes to Infinity Pool. And honestly, I would describe my feelings as mixed to negative. Now, this had all of the craziness I anticipated, but that was just about it. Let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, the cinematography is absolutely stunning. The camera work in general, the direction, all of it works beautifully to create this unnerving, topsy turvy atmosphere that literally leaves you as an audience member disoriented right from the opening shot of the film. Yeah, if you have vertigo, buckle up because you are in for an experience. I'll say that. The sound design is also fantastic and really beautifully lends itself to this atmospheric experience that Cronenberg has created. Two main performances are also fantastic. Alexander Skarsgård is coming off of possibly career best work in The Northman, and I think he's even better here. He is amazing in this film, fully showing off his entire range as an actor, and he is more than up for the task. And Mia Goth is just as unhinged and seductive as you hope from those trailers. She kills it yet again. This base premise is really interesting. Once we get to the big turning point of this film, once we learn about the punishment for breaking the law in this country and the rich folks' workarounds when it comes to said punishment, the film takes on a commentary that I actually was super on board with. I've seen a lot of films that really tackle rich people, specifically rich white people, and the bullshit they do, weird ish they're into, how they use and take advantage of people for fun, and pay no consequence. And this film really does hit all of that. And I think actually hits all of that quite well. Fortunately, though, it just doesn't go far enough into anything really. So let's go ahead and talk about the negatives next. My biggest complaint is that there's just nothing underneath the weirdness. Yeah, we have the commentary about rich folks, but we've seen that a lot recently, and this film doesn't really add much extra to the conversation and doesn't add anything else really to the conversation. And that's disappointing because the basis upon duplicates is So fascinating. Put me back in the mindset of Possessor once again with this really high concept idea. But unlike Possessor, this one does nothing interesting with that. It uses it as a tool to say, look at crazy rich folks. And that's about it. The doors opened to talk about stuff like the human condition and unlocking a different side to yourself, maybe even a darker side to yourself. But none of that is explored at all. The film really just relies on atmosphere. This is one of those films that is nothing but vibes. It's not as sexy as I was hoping it would be. There's a lot of nudity, it's quite a bit of sex, but it's just not actually sexy. It's not as scary or thrilling as I wanted it to be. Times the atmosphere definitely has you feeling tense, but you're never unnerved. Honestly, you're just like, what the F? There's no real story, there's no real arc or really even themes or messages. And not every film needs a message, but especially if you're going to swing for the fences on an atmospheric film like this, if you don't have a message, you need to have some semblance of a plot or forward momentum, character work, something. And this film just doesn't really do any of that. Infinity Pool, unfortunately, just foregoes the whole screenplay process, the storytelling process, cool atmosphere, and weird vibes. And I mean, it delivers on that front. I just needed a little bit more to it. At the end of the day, I think Infinity Pool does provide weird vibes and cool atmosphere, as well as a strong score and some stellar performances and beautiful direction. Fortunately, that's it. A film that offers a really cool package on the outside, but is unfortunately extremely hollow on the inside. And while I was intrigued on where things were going, having no substance underneath the wildness really had my mind wandering through several portions of this film, and it's not even that long. So ultimately, if you liked Possessor, I think at least give this a chance, though I would say matinee. You never watched Possessor, if you're not familiar with Brandon's father, Cronenberg's work, you hate those A24 elevated horror style films, you can just skip Infinity Pool altogether. This will not be the right film for you. It's a very acquired taste. So if you like weird, if you like crazy movies, give literally no answers. This is the one for you. This is for you. Everybody else, proceed at your own risk. Somebody let me know if you're at Sundance and got to see the NC-17 rated version of this film before it got sparsed down for general audiences that are. Does that NC-17 open the door for more Skarsgård? Because if it does, well then, looks like I'll be needing to watch that version too. But if it doesn't, well, I'll stick with the R-rated and call it a day. So that was my review for Infinity Pool. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Have you seen Infinity Pool? Are you gonna see it? Let me know your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.